School can be a difficult place for children of abuse and neglect. Besides the usual less interesting stuff, really, the timetable is way less interesting than recess. There is the issue of safety, food, and other essentials. If you were unsure when you would have your next meal, or if your mom was safe, or if you had water at your home, grades would become a lot less meaningful to you, too. Some people think that by putting a child in foster care, we're taking a load off their shoulders. The truth, however, is we are replacing that load with a different load. When will I see my parents again? How can they survive without me? What if they get arrested or killed? And what about my stuff I left at the house? Are my siblings being fed? Then there is the foster home. What if I make them mad? Will they hurt me? Kick me out? Refuse to let me go home at all? Why do they get mad at stupid things like leaving my shoes in the living room? What's going to make them mad next? With all that on their mind, school should be a place of peace. However, many are placed in a new school with new teachers, new classmates, and new classes. Sometimes the new class is way ahead of where your old class was. Other times they're way behind. Either way, it can be a struggle to pay attention, let alone remembering all the new rules for the new school. Because of this, many more foster care kids are more likely to be on ADHD med than the population at large. They can also begin to believe that the reason they are behind in some of their work is that they are not as smart as the average kid. Foster children may not see school as a learning opportunity or a refuge, but as a jail. If they feel like they are always in trouble, they may just give up and increase their misbehaviors. Other kids come into care with serious issues, the result of the abuse and neglect that they have experienced. It's not unusual for a foster child to need more help, and often they're placed in a residential care facility. These children can become institutionalized. They get so used to how a facility runs, they forget how to live in a family. Their schooling plays a back seat to their emotional healing. 12 to 14% of the children in foster care in both Ohio and West Virginia live in a residential or a group home. I spoke to a representative of a residential, and I asked him about the foster kids in his care. I asked him if he noticed a difference that a CASA volunteer makes. His answer was a resounding yes. He said some foster kids have no one taking an interest in them. Those with volunteers always do, and they do better. But you don't have to take my word from it. Let's hear from a former foster kid herself.
I am the oldest of 3 girls and was often responsible for my sisters, sometimes taking care of them and missing school. Then Kim came along and I was thinking, how can she help me and take time for me when she could be doing things for herself? Before I met Kim, I was failing all of my classes and was not expected to graduate on time. Kim immediately started to help me with my education. She would come and see me once a week. She would organize appointments with everyone in my life, my therapist, social worker, foster mom, and case manager. She made sure everyone was doing what was necessary to help me succeed. My CASA said that I was working so hard that I deserved to have fun and participate in the senior activities. She convinced me to go to the prom. Kim and I searched for a dress. It was so special for me that she was by my side. I picked a magenta dress that had diamonds around the top and a fluffy bottom. I still have memories about that prom thanks to her. If I had not gone to the prom, I know I would have regretted it.
How can you help? Well, we're looking for volunteers. If you have the time, please consider calling a Child's Place CASA and asking for a volunteer packet. You can also look at our live that we did on Saturday the 10th, and because we talked about the heroes that our volunteers are. If that doesn't work for you, perhaps being a board member would work. We did a live on that on Monday the 12th. But if neither of those work for you, there are other things you can do to help. You can start by donating. go.rallyup.com/show CASA Love 24 is our campaign headquarters, so come check us out. You could also donate by texting LOVE 2024 to 33100. There's also a place to donate on our website, childplacecasa.com. You can also share. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So share us out to your friends, put us on your social media, let other people know that you know what's going on. Probably the best way to share is word of mouth. You can direct other people to our social media, our websites, or just tell them what you've learned in the past week about what a Child's Play CASA does. You can also learn more. Going to the go.rallyup.com site has a lot more information. You can go to our YouTube at Child's Place CASA in case you missed a live, or you can go check out our website, childsplacecasa.com. You can make a difference. Start today.